Hello and welcome. It is Sunday evening. That means it's time for the Cup cars to go racing. Midwest Motorsports style. You can see we're at the 1.5 Raceway of Charlotte, NASCAR's favorite track. Home track for a lot of these guys in the NASCAR world. We're racing at night around the 1.5 track, so anything can happen. Fast speeds. We're going to go green for 200 laps. So we have a patriotic race theme tonight. So there'll be a lot of red, white, and blue. As we have cars up and down the field representing different paint schemes. It's going to keep me sharp, keep me on my toes. Let's see how they grid up. Looks like Michael Samia has put it on the pole in the number 1 car. Justin Thaler, Ty Williams, Aaron Holroyd, and Eric Thaler round out the top 5 as the cars are starting to roll off for their 2 pacing laps. Trevor McLaughlin, P6, Anthony Castor, Walker McNulty, Brandon Thayer, and Andrew Miller round out the top 10. Jason Huffman, Clarence Prince, John Daniels, Jackson Hall, Colton Young, James Olabison, John Bates, Norm Snyder, Trey Purdue, Dustin Reinstedel, and Russell Martin, the new guy. Round out the field. As you can see there. Once again, 21 cars. They're already double file. Congrats to Mike Samia and the number 1 car for getting pole position tonight. As Blaney pulls off, we're going to go racing.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys!
Michael Samia lights him up. Justin Thaler gives him a bump. The outside lane's got it going on now. Michael Samia lights the tires up. That's going to hurt. We got Ty Williams out front. Eric Thaler second. Justin Thaler goes up to the wall as these 21 cars come around. So far, everybody looks clean. Great battle up front between Ty Williams and Eric Thaler. Ty Williams has got it going on right now. He's got a new paint that I haven't seen. There's a snap-on military theme. I like it. OD green and like some desert camo. But Eric Thaler's right on his bumper. Still early in this 200-lap race. Eric Thaler going high now. The rest of the cars filter through. Down the long back stretch. Race for third. It's like Walker McNulty, Michael Samia, Justin Thaler, Michael Samia down low. Walker McNulty repping the Stars and Stripes. Second in this group, Justin Thaler. In the camouflage number 2. With Aaron Holroyd right behind him. Walker McNulty inside, Justin Taylor on the outside trying to go around. And he does. Aaron Holroyd with an awesome glitter reflective red, white, and blue paint on the Manscaped car. Still has Walker McNulty on the inside. 73 is Aaron Holroyd. Mike Samia is holding him off. Justin Taylor, but Walker McNulty in the Car Quest red, white, and blue stars and stripes. He's got Andrew Miller right behind him. There's Andrew Miller in the 29. Stars and stripes, red, white, and blue everywhere. Thank you, everybody, for Patriotic paint scheme tonight. No change up front. Still Ty Williams and Eric Thaler right behind him still. Looks like Justin Thaler now has made some ground on these guys. Tyler's starting to wear a little bit. A lot of single file racing right now. They fan out as they go through the corners. There will be a competition caution coming up. I believe it's 20. It might be 25 for the cars. But here we go. Eric Thaler on the outside of Ty Williams now. This is for the lead with Justin Thaler right behind. And Michael Samia has made his way back up to the front after spinning the wheels on the original start. And Eric Thaler complete the pass. He's on the outside. Eric Thaler now takes over the lead as we got incredible racing here. Finally, it took him about 2 laps to complete the pass after going too wide. And now Justin Thaler wants to get around Ty Williams. He pinches Ty Williams down low. And Michael Samia, your pole sitter, in the white car is coming up as well. We got incredible battles up and down, especially for the lead right now. We're just 11 laps in. Racing is intensifying. Especially for third on back as well. Still Justin Thaler trying to get around Ty Williams. And now Mike Samia is going to join Justin Thaler on the outside in the white car, trying to get around Ty Williams with Aaron Holroyd on Michael Samia's bumper. So Ty Williams in the 81 still cannot get up into that higher groove. Aaron Holroyd jumps down to try to help him on the low groove, right behind Ty Williams with Michael Samia on the outside. 4-way battle for 6th, and Walker McNulty wants a piece of this too. This is for 2nd position. On back, Eric Thaler's got about a 2nd lead. Aaron Holroyd has to drop back a little bit. Looks like Walker McNulty's going to get on the inside of Aaron now, as Justin Thaler and Albert Williams are still side by side. down the backstretch into turn 3. Still, Ty Williams has to take a narrow entry loss. Justin Thaler carry a little more momentum on the outside. Michael Samia follows Ty Williams. It's not clear.
Wow, what a show.
What a show these guys are putting on for us. This is all for second place, 2nd through 6th. 4-way battle for second position. As I think I'm being joined by Michael Harris Jr. Get him off of mute here. As this battle continues.
All right, we live? I got you, James.
Hey, Michael, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining me. You joined right at a great time, man. Look at this great race we got going. Second on back here.
This is awesome to watch. I know Eric's got this lead right in the bag right now, but everyone behind him's giving him their all. I mean, what is that? 5-6 cars running tight for second?
That's right. Absolutely awesome. A lot of red, white, and blue tonight on the Patriotic theme as well. So it's glad to see all this red, white, and blue out here, the military theme as well. So, man, thanks for joining me. What do you think about Charlotte? You got a lot of laps here, Michael?
Well, I've got quite a few laps in here, and with the change for the trucks, it was a little bit trickier to get around than it has been in the past. But Charlotte's one of those. It's once you figure it out, you get yourself going through here. But this kind of race here, where you got a lot more laps than normal, it's got to put a lot of wear and tear on that car. So you got to be mindful about your tire wear and your pit strategy as well. That's what decided Friday night for sure.
That's right. That's right. A great point. They've got 4 sets of tires on the floor and the pits, and they start with the sets. So that's 5 sets to last 200 laps. We'll see where those cautions fall. Looks like Ty Williams is finally cleared. For second place, Michael Samia, Walker McNulty, Anthony Castro. Not sure what happened to Justin Thaler there, but he dropped back a few spots. Attempted to rewind it. I was distracted as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I'll tell you right now, him and Trevor are embedded in a battle for 6th place right now. And it looks like they got some competition with Aaron Holroyd back there, and looks like Mr.
John
Daniels.
I believe, yeah. More red, white, and blue. There's 2 guys with the Air Force paint scheme tonight. I know James Olavison runs that paint scheme a lot as well tonight. John Daniels kidnapped it and put his numbers 82 on it, so might be a couple cars looking similar. But you're right, still 2 wide, 3 deep here.
Yeah,
Jason Huffman wants to join the battle in the number 4 car.
He sure does. I wonder what's going on with Justin. Maybe he's taking a little bit off now for some tire saving.
Yeah, he might be playing it calm as well. He likes to lead, but he also likes to lead the last lap. So maybe he realized it was just a little more hectic than he would like and decided to back her down a little bit.
Absolutely. What a difference a series can make, though. Where Eric Thaler's is just pulling away with this lead right now, and in the truck race, he was towards the back for quite a period of time. I wonder if he's just thinking be a little bit more aggressive today than he was Friday.
Yes, I agree with you. He maybe took some notes from Friday. I know the trucks may not be his cup of tea, especially after the new update. I think they were noticing some of the major differences. I think that was one of his complaints after the race. But yeah, looks like Ty Williams now has made a charge. So maybe Ty let his tires cool off a little bit. He's caught back up, and now they're going side by side for the lead. As I believe we're coming up to the competition caution. So there's no points awarded here. There's no more stages in Cup racing or in Midwest Motorsports racing. So this is no points awarded, but I believe this is going to bring out
Tap
a
on the wall
caution.
there.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, they'll give
We
Ty
stay
the
green.
lead.
We stay green, so I'm not 100% sure when the comp's coming out. Comp is 30. Thank you, Josh. I just got a message from Josh. 5 more to go to the competition caution. So what do? You try to just make it to the competition caution? You try to short pit and work the stage a little bit? Is there an advantage to doing that this early in the race?
Well, I'm not sure if there is with how green flag it's been running so far. I think you pit now or pit before, you might be putting yourself in a hole early on. I think that's what a lot of guys are thinking right now. I didn't see anybody messing around with that on Friday with trying to figure it out. Of course, unlike today, it wasn't as green flag heavy as it's been so far for this race. But that truck, the changes have done a lot for some guys. Probably thought just come on in day of, and that's the practices during the session. So.
Yep. Definitely not something you can just walk into and expect to be up front, especially not with the Midwest Motorsports guys as they start becoming more consistent, especially 4 or 5 races in. People realize that the competition is tight and they're going to work hard on getting some practice laps in. So the comers and goers come and go a lot faster when the competition heats up.
Oh, yeah.
Trevor McLaughlin, John Daniel still going at it here. I'm glad you made it, Michael. Thanks a lot for joining me tonight. It's a pleasure just not to have to fill all the time myself. And so bringing your iRacing experience definitely going to help me out a lot and help the viewers as well. Not have to put up with my voice all the time, but also just a little more knowledge, another point of view on the track. So thanks again for joining me, Michael.
Oh, always a pleasure. I was grateful that you gave me the opportunity, and I tell you, I don't know if I have any more experience than anybody else, maybe not even you. I mean, I've had an account for 10 years. That doesn't mean I've had 10 years whole experience, unfortunately.
All right,
But
yeah, I'm with you.
you are right. Trevor and Daniels are just battling it back and forth, and there it is, everybody.
Competition caution's out. Yep, right on time. 30 laps in, so everybody gets to catch their breath. You go up and down the field. We'll see who comes into pit. I think that's going to be a trick. My guess is everybody's basically going to want to restart here. Kind of reset. Let Barney pick up the field.
I haven't played around with the Cup cars that much to know what the fuel capacity is. I know we had about 25 to 27 laps of fuel if you weren't messing around and doing fuel saving. So probably everybody come in for fuel at least this time by.
That's a great point. I'm not sure either. We'll find out after this run. I believe it's in the 30 to 35 range. I'm sorry, 40 to 45 range. We got one car staying out. That might be a lap car. No, it's
that's
is it Samia that stayed out?
Russell Martin stayed out there in the number 54.
All right.
Right before I joined in, I happened to see him, unfortunately, in the grass when the leaders were going by. So, not a great start for him, but I'm sure he's happy to get that lap back and be able to compete in the action.
Yeah, this is Russell Martin's first time racing with the Midwest Motorsports crew. So, to be able to figure it out. Hopefully there weren't too many other people tied up in whatever got Russell sideways.
I think same thing that gets a lot of people around here is just entering that corner on cool tires and just maybe lifting off just at the wrong time, and that'll send it.
Coming out of 4.
Yeah, something. I don't remember exactly which corner. It might have been turn 1, but definitely turn 4 will get you. That's for sure.
That's right. We saw a lot of that Friday night, and hopefully we won't see more of that. There's Russell Martin in the 54. Welcome to Midwest Motorsports, Russell. We're glad you're here. As he comes down to get on cycle with his pits strategy.
Yeah.
Eric Thaler, the godfather of Midwest Motorsports, the founder. He and his brother founded Midwest Motorsports, but let's see.
That certainly explains the rear bumper for sure.
Yes, definitely. And his grandfather was in the military, Corporal Donald Thaler, U.S. Marine Corps. As we honor our veterans this week on the Patriotic Week, Patriotic Race, and Eric Thaler and Justin Thaler are brothers. Their grandfather, Donald Thaler, was in the Marine Corps. And apparently, according to Chris Thaler, Eric and Justin's dad, Corporal Donald Thaler was the ball breaker of the family. Straightened them out. They turned out all right, I'd say, between Chris and the grandkids. So we're happy to honor him tonight. Corporal Donald Thaler, appreciate your service. We'll honor several more veterans tonight, as these guys have a lot of family that may be involved in the military. All right, they're starting to double stack here, so we're going to go back green. So what's it like when you're in the sim rig and doing a couple pacing laps coming out of the pits and finally get everything together? Where do you go from here?
Well, that's just it right now, and depending on where you're sitting, depends a lot on the strategy. I like Eric's pick on being on the top line. Top line's pretty good early on. I found it being a pretty good line to run on Friday, so I'm sure it's panning out the same here in the Cup Series. But it's trying to keep in line, trying to make sure you're in the right spot, so you're not getting in trouble, not getting the band hammer from Josh on you.
That's right. Josh is the race director.
Thing I always keep in mind is unless I'm in the front 2 rows, just pay attention to the rear of the car in front of me. If it starts going, then I start going.
Good words to live by. And remember, 5 laps after a green flag, all 4 X's and above are up for review by the stewards after the race. You might get a penalty. Just an end of lane start for the next week, but we try to keep the green flag racing. And we're green again. Eric Thaler was a control car, and he's gone.
Yeah, there he goes.
I think John Daniels got a good start in second as well. Jason Huffman inside Aaron Holroyd, 2 wide. And then Anthony Castor and Ty Williams, 2 wide for 5th and 6th. Charlotte Motor Speedway, double dog leg, 1.5 miles. NASCAR's home track, should we say?
Absolutely. Down in Concord, North Carolina.
Up front, it's all Eric Thaler.
Anthony Castor sneaking right in there into second place, making a run there on the outside.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's up with his paint. It looks like he's all white on the stream at least. And so trying to get that sorted out. So sorry for the technical difficulties there, Anthony. You did have a red, white, and blue paint, but now looks like he takes the lead.
Yeah, he shot
Number
off to
8.
the lead. And here comes Williams as well, going on the inside of Thaler, making that inside line work this time.
Maybe Eric caught some of what caught him off guard that last run, burning up his tires early, so he was going to try to keep it a little different pace as he's running the high line, which of course saves a little bit of tires too. Were you able to run the high line and save any tires Friday night, Michael, or was it pretty much working the low line all the time, or you having to go where trucks around you weren't?
Well, it was a tricky one. We got a big battle here in the lead. Anthony Castro looks like will keep the lead this time by, but Williams is fighting hard there on the inside line. As far as the tire wear goes, I was messing around all night long, not being on pace and running the outside line or going from the outside inside or sticking just to the inside. And I think the outside line will help save the tires, but it all depends on when you do that throttle input as well. You gun that thing hard and try to cook it onto the inside, you're going to be wearing those tires fast. And when I was doing outside inside the first leg, I was down to 50% by the time I changed tires around lap 50. So can absolutely cook them. And speaking of which, in this battle up front, I know we're having technical difficulties on screen. Right now it's a beautiful paint scheme. I hope that it gets to be shown here on stream. It's a blue Budweiser paint scheme. So it's like a Earnhardt Jr. throwback to back in the red and black, except it's blue where the red was and red where the black was.
That's right. And Ty Williams completes the pass. He slides up in front. We have Ty Williams leading once again. And Michael Samia is making a pass on Walker McNulty here. Let's see if he can slide up in front and hold him off.
I think you might be right about the plans here. It looks like Eric is falling back now and probably taking a cue from his brother to take it easy here in this part of the run.
Yeah, Trevor McLaughlin gets by, and now Dustin Reinstedel in the 11 is trying to get by the 15. And we haven't talked about Dustin Reinstedel tonight. He ran pretty good in the truck race, I'd say. Completes the pass, move the 11 up a spot. Yeah, so if I'm missing anything, Michael, feel free. I'll try to point the cameras on wherever you want to talk about the racing going on, but we got the battle of the Air Force paints between James Olavison in the 9 car, and he's working with John Daniels right behind. John Daniels slips back a couple now. There's James.
Yeah.
And see, there's Russell Martin's got back up in here too.
Got a fresh new look on life, getting that lap back after the competition caution. It's one of the benefits of it.
And new tires now. You got 30 laps under your belt. So here we go, 54, new guy. Maybe trying to make an impression on these guys. I hope the impression that he makes is that he can race clean with everybody. Unfamiliar territory here. I do know Russell Martin from racing slack cars. Super cool guy. I've never seen him do iRacing or race iRacing before. I'm not sure how good he is behind the wheel, but looks like he's got a pretty decent iRating. So he spent some time in his sim rig. Not sure how much experience he has on the Cup Series as well, but if it's anything like his slot car methodology for getting better, I expect to see Russell Martin up in the front before the races, too many races get underway. He's definitely dedicated and committed. He's a racer at heart, and I'm glad he's joined the league tonight.
Absolutely. He's moved himself all the way up to 7th place. So he's got that car right on the slot there, right on the rails.
That's right. Maybe he took 4, where some of the other guys only took 2, or maybe didn't take any at the count caution. But so far, they've been all green flag runs, which I'm really happy to say.
Absolutely. This is where the pit strategy comes into big play here. And you've got these long green flag runs for sure.
Yeah, we got Antcaster back in the red, white, and blue. Looks like he's gotten past a little bit, and now Walker McNulty gets around him also.
Got some challenge for the lead there with Williams. And up ahead, it looks like Michael Samia has finally found him.
He's on the hunt. Go on board. Oop, that's Ty Williams. Let's see if I can find Michael Samia. There we go, looking up at Ty Williams. Michael Samia nice and smooth on the steering wheel. Sawing just a little bit. Trying to keep some clean air on the nose. Right in the tire tracks. A little later, Apex staying down on the exit. Right on the line to the double dog legs.
They are so tight on time.
That's beautiful. Good hard racing.
Williams put in a 30.32 while Samia put down a 30.306.
Oh.
So they are running pretty tight, running each other. We got some lap traffic up ahead of these two. Only one car, they're coming up 2, so don't think it's going to be too much of a problem for them to keep on battling for this lead.
You know, he's laser focused, trying to figure out how to get around him, looking at the laps ticking by.
Yeah.
Or is he playing coy? Is he just taking notes that maybe he can use later?
Just drafting to save a little bit of fuel, or get that bigger gap there from Walter McNulty, who's about 1.5 seconds behind in 3rd place. Field is certainly stretched out there. We've got, Williams and Samia neck and neck with each other. Leifson, Bates, and Martin are pretty close together there, but most of the other drivers are spreading out.
Single file, hopefully everybody can get in the groove, find their racing line, and decide when they want to push. Good to see John Bates getting into some of the action. John Bates has been a long time admin for Midwest Motorsports. In the 27, Marine Corvette. Thank you for your service, John. That's right. Russell Martin arcs down right in front of him there. And now Russell Martin's looking for a way around James Olavison. He got a nose on him.
Might go 3 wide.
83 of Clarence Prince up. Now
He's
John
gonna
Bates.
use that pick.
Clarence Prince did everything he could to stay out of the way. And tough break for James Olavison, who loses 2 spots just like that, just from bad timing catching that lap car. What can you do, right, to put it behind you and try to move forward?
And so it begins, James. Pit window must be open.
All right, we're taking pits.
We've got Justin Thaler taking a pit this time.
Wow.
Is that about 26 laps in on the run?
Yep.
I'm guessing
30. Yep.
if he didn't take fuel, or if he didn't take tires last time, he's going to be taking tires this time. Yep. That's what we're seeing. 4-tire stop for the number 2 machine.
There he comes. Now he works his way back out. We'll see how many people can decide whether it's worth it or not to come in now, or if Justin can really make up some time now. Thank you, Brandon. As Brandon Thayer lets the leaders go by. Leader. Michael Swing has dropped back a little bit. 1.2 seconds back. Another 1.4. Or sorry, another 1 second back to Walker McNulty.
Okay, Aaron Holroyd also joining Justin Thaler there on the pits. He just came out this time by.
I like it.
We'll see what this pit strategy has in play.
John Bates has got a mirror full of Russell Martin once again. So let's look at Justin Taylor's lap times once his tires warm up. Right now I'm showing him 2 laps down, but 29.6s compared to the leaders, 29.7s. So only 1 second right now. How many laps does the tires take to really take in the heat and start working better?
As that depends on the rubber that's on the road. I know the last pit stop that I did, I was having some trouble out of turn 4 for at least 4 laps. But I think early here on the run, with the temperature that's down, might take him at least 2-3 laps to get it going. Right now he's got a 30.39. So definitely fastest pace right now on track. That's not surprising with the tires, but and it looks like John Bates, speaking of him earlier, he's now in the pits himself.
All right, maybe he wanted to get away from some traffic and see that Justin Taylor's starting to reel him in, but I'm still curious about the fuel mileage. So we'll see when Ty Williams and the leaders start to come in if they decide to run their tank all the way empty. As it looks like Walker McNulty now is caught up to Michael Samia for second.
Looks like John's coming on out now.
Okay.
And he's still 1 lap down.
George, you're going to lose a lap going to green flag. That was Andrew Miller that Michael Samia was going by. And now Walker goes by Andrew Miller. Thank you, Andrew, for letting the leaders go. So yeah, we'll see where Russell Martin, I know he and John Bates were wheel to wheel. So we'll see when Russell Martin comes into pits where he lines up in relation to Russell Martin. As now our leaders come into pit this lap, 65. That's 35 laps on a tank. It's about right. Maybe Justin Taylor was playing it backwards, playing it from the end of the race. So right now we have Jackson Hall leading the race. Jackson's in the number 56. Red, white, and blue, looking awesome. As now he decides to come in himself, all the way out of gas. Let's see if Eric Thaler does the same.
Yeah, looks
Yes,
like
he
Eric
does.
is. Yep. As I stand right now, Ty Williams is net number 1.
Nope. Aaron Olroyd gets back his lap. There he goes. He should cycle through when he comes across the line, and he did. So that's our leader.
Oof. Looks like Justin's move may not have paid off for him. He's still 1 lap down. He's currently the first car a lap down, so if a caution happens, he's at least beneficial to that.
That is, of course, until Ty Williams comes up to lap the next guy.
Hall is apparently stuck on turn 1.
Oh no, we're gonna have a yellow. Where's he at?
He's down on the apron. Oh, he finally got himself
there
loose. Now he's going. What even happened there?
Let's see if you can watch the broadcast stream. Rewind it. We'll watch together. Don't know if he got some help or if he did it maybe while he was getting out of the way. Oh, he got caught up on the apron and couldn't get down. Oh, he's coming out of the pits.
Oh! Is this Mario Kart?
Trying to go a little faster. There we go. We can ride with him. Coming out of the pits.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Oh yeah, it just gets crossed up.
I don't know what happened there. If he just, like, the banana peel got put down, he just loses it coming out of the pit right up to the wall.
Just got
Good eye by our drivers, though, that they were able to miss that.
Yeah. As he gets on the apron and then just on the power. He's already sideways. Then a little bit of a tank slapper. And can't catch it. And he goes up on the apron. And you're right. Let's see how many people get by him. He's into the outside wall. Olavison goes by. John Bates goes by. So now he's back down onto the apron, and then his front nose hangs on the apron. Eric Thaler gets by, finds a gear, and tries to snap spin it, but then now his front bumper or front valence gets caught on the banking.
And he's just burning rubber.
Trying to figure it out. You have to throw it in reverse. There you go. All right. Well, that's what happened to him. Sorry, Jackson. We were worried about you there, buddy, but no yellow. Like you said, good job by everybody to stay clear. Eric Thaler working with Jason Huffman here. This is not forward position than I thought. Be 13 and 14. These guys go back and forth.
Well, as they stand right now, Jackson is the only car one lap down. Everybody was able to get back on the lead lap after the pit cycle.
Glad to hear that.
And we find ourselves with that same old battle for the lead here. Michael Samia and Ty Williams.
There you go. Michael Samia gets him.
And here comes Justin Taylor looking for P2.
No, I think Justin might still be a lap down. I've got Ty Williams in second.
Oh, maybe I'm reading the.
Walker McNulty
no.
third.
He is also a lap down, so he's looking to get his lap back at this point. Well, 75 laps down. We've already gone through at least one set of tires at this point. So they should be having three more tires left. Wonder what their strategy is going to be at this point. Still got a long way to go, though.
125 laps to go. I'm still curious. I'm trying to do the math with Justin Taylor's pit strategy. He's usually pretty good. If we don't get any yellows, which is not impossible, maybe not probable, but possible at least, let's say. So if he's 5 laps earlier than everybody else and a lap down, he does that 2 or 3 more times, it's still going to be multiple laps down, so that's not going to work, Justin. You got to switch up your strategy again, buddy. Remember, no stages to help you out anymore. What do you think about that change in the rules to Midwest Motorsports? Taking out the stages, stage racing, Michael?
Well, it's got its pros and cons for sure. I know from prior experience, it was cool to be able to race for a stage, focus on trying to get to that top 10 spot or, be in the lead at that point, or it'd be an easy way to get the lead. Lead a couple laps and get some bonus points that way. But at the same token, cautions breed cautions. So the more you have the stages, it just can add to the caution experience. I know we've had many drivers voice their concerns about that in the past, and right now it seems to be that having the competition caution right now for the Cup Series, it seems to be working out good. The Truck Series, I'm not sure. That's one of those things we gotta think about here going forward. Looks like we've got, speaking of which, a nice battle between Castor and McNulty. There for third place.
There they go. And Castor has it. Walker McNulty wants it. This is for third. Yeah, I'm 50-50 on the stages. I hope it promotes good, clean racing and, having a long window of laps at the end. I think with the stages, there's pretty much 2 strategies. Either you short pit and try to play the stage reset afterwards on cold tires, or, 5 laps old tires by the time there's pacing, and 2 laps before the stages. When the pits close, you probably have 4 or 5 laps on the tires and still needing 1 stop, or starting the stage with a new set and then stopping for fuel only at the end. Those are the pretty much two strategies if there's no yellows. And this way I think it opens up for green flag strategies to play out. So I can see it both ways. I'm going to do my best to bring it to everybody the best that I can. Either way they go. So I don't have a dog in the fight. So it's easy for me to say.
Yeah, I mean, as a driver, it added an interesting cog to the point standings and all that. As you came to the end of the season, and, you had those extra bonus points for finishing in the top. Was it top 5 or was it top 10? I think it was top 5. But it added a little bit of more interest in actually trying at those points in the race to be aggressive as opposed to, in this style where there's only the competition caution. You don't get the bonus points for that, of just trying to feel out your strategy, let the car figure out where the car is going to sit, and then use pit strategy the whole time to come to it, instead of the final stage being that point where pit strategy comes into play.
Yeah, sure. Like I say, I'm happy either way. I'm just glad we got cars on track, and I like seeing close racing. I like seeing when multiple drivers have a possibility for winning. So we
Amen.
can get some more of that. I'm all about it.
Amen to that.
Got
Tell
Dustin
you,
Reinstedel and Russell Martin here going. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Michael. Go ahead.
yeah, no, that's fine. I was actually just about to talk about that. Those three guys getting close together right there for fourth place, and there it is, yellow
Oh,
flag.
yellow flag. Wonder what happened. What can we find? Let me check my events page. Who am I looking for?
Oh, there it is. Look at number 26.
Which
Number
is
26 is Colton Young.
Colton Young. Oh, Colton, what happened, buddy?
Looks like he got maybe a little bit of help there.
All right, here we go. Riding with
Getting
him,
it
he's
from the
a
right angle.
white car with the blue stripes.
Yeah, Michelob Ultra paint scheme, and right behind
Let's
him,
see,
he had
23 car
Trey Purdue.
of Trey Purdue, and he's under him. They've got Trevor McLaughlin up ahead. So there's Trey Purdue right behind. Oh, that
Oh,
looks like a little bit of net code, maybe. I'm not sure how
it could
close
have
that
been
was.
net code. It
Oh,
was
into the
pretty
outside
close.
wall.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it was one of those spotter didn't get to him until he'd already started coming down the track. Must not realize that Purdue was right there where he was. Or Purdue might have gone up a little bit. Definitely a racing incident for sure.
Riding with Trey Purdue now. So it looks like he goes up to come around Trevor McLaughlin, and then the pace just changes. Oh man! Of course, didn't mean to. Like kablamo, and that's all it takes.
Yep.
Around he goes. Colton Young. He'll live to fight another day.
Ooh. Again, props to the drivers out here. May have had that one incident right there, but everybody was
Ooh,
able to avoid hitting him
Jason Huffman does a great
afterwards.
job. Yep.
And yeah, there's the period of time he's just sitting there squealing the wheels. So I don't know. I
I
don't know
think
how
he's broke.
much damage he's got.
He's gotta be. There's Jason Huffman. All right, let's go in car with Jason Huffman here. It's up ahead. They decide to wreck. Turn 3. Can you see the smoke? That's how much time he has to react. And whoa, good job. Nice work, Jason. Is able to clear him and keep going. All right, so now let's see who decides to pit. As we're back live on the screen, thanks for bearing with me as I work through the cameras. working lap 88, 86. And look at that. Russell Martin pulls out some strategy. Comes out P2. I'm showing Michael Samia as P1.
Yep. Currently got him up front here, and Ty Williams in third.
There are cars in front of Michael Samia, though, so I wonder if those are just lap cars trying to make their way around.
Yep. Jackson Hall getting the pass around there.
All right. Just Barney now, so look at Russell on his first debut. First race out. Oh, looks like Jackson Hall just barely missed getting out of the pits before.
I tell you what, that's some good strategy, good driving by Russell's part to go from an early little blunder there that you think might end somebody's day, make him a back feeder, and here he is,
What do you
starting
know?
on the outside, front row.
Right. Russell Martin's pit time, 9 seconds. Michael Samia's pit time was 7 seconds. Ty Williams,
14.8.
14. So, that tells you who got tires and who didn't. I expect Ty Williams to make short work. The guys up front, but we won't know until we drop the green.
They go into the Geico restart zone, and off Samia goes with Williams right behind him.
They're off.
And it looks like John Daniels trying to see if he can fit the nose right under there into third.
I like it.
Now we know what the tire situation is right now. Does that give Williams the edge here? Is Samia going to fight hard right now for it?
Too wide across the stripe. And up front, it's Michael Samia and Ty Williams. Ty Williams is clear. Goes up just in front. New leader, Ty Williams again. For third on back, we got this mess. John Daniels, Russell Martin, and Ant Castor in the 8.
Yeah, they're
And it looks like he was wanting to go through wide there for a second with Anthony Castor. Anthony Castor with the 14-second stop, so
got some bumping right behind.
Tires, were they bumping?
They were bumping. McNulty and looks like the 23 bumped a little bit there.
Jason Elfman, Dustin Reinsettle, Ray Perdue. Still door slamming. Eric Taylor's got a front row seat. As he continues to drop back, but he's playing it safe. Everybody goes by. Too much to call. John Daniels goes high. Walker McNulty goes under. Walker McNulty in the 12 car. Under Russell Martin in the 54. Jason Huffman, John Daniels behind. So looks like the new tires are taking the inside line. The old tires taking the outside line. Right now.
Looks like John's trying to see if he can make the inside line work. It's hard once you get to those tires worn to make that inside line go. At least on the trucks, that's what I found.
John Daniels and Trey Perdue touching doors, coming across the stripe. Trevor McLaughlin right behind him. I think that's Trevor. Yep.
Yep. That Ghost Machine.
That's right.
If he really wants to mess with the broadcast booth, he'll take Ghost off his paint scheme.
Yeah, right. That'll throw me off. I'll be looking for somebody else. Great racing here between John Daniels, Ray Perdue.
Yep. Trevor's sneaking on up in there, and
He says, I'll
goes
follow
up
you
a little
through.
bit.
Follow John Daniels through. Now he comes up to block. Nice slide job there. Now on the outside of John Daniels.
Ooh, we got some wrecking.
Oh,
Walter McNulty.
that's Walker. Oh, Walker.
Delayed yellow there.
I will say Josh White has got his hands full just to make
Oh.
sure that there's a reason for the yellow.
Absolutely. I would not want to be in his shoes.
Russell Martin, let's see if we can get a little closer. Dustin Rhinestone on the inside. There's Walker McNulty. It's Jason Huffman slides up in front of him. And Dustin Rhinestone is there, but Walker...
I think he just drifted just a little bit to the left, just enough
down.
to catch the front.
Oh, got Dustin Rhinestone, and he goes around. Oops.
That back stretch can be a bit tricky when you're right next to that wall, just gauging where that is and where the person next to you is lining up. And I tell you, some of the time I was, of course, I've got this little chintzy T80 wheel, so sometimes that's tricky to keep straight, but that back stretch can get you if you're not prepared.
Yes, it can.
So pit stops, liven it up here.
It doesn't look like Dustin came up on him at all.
Nah, he held his line pretty good through there. It's like I said, you just get right up to that wall out of turn 2, and you either feel like you're getting tight in it or not. And just any bit of wheel movement, if you're not expecting the wheel offset to get you,
Trying to stay off the wall.
Just enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not one of those intentional things or that, but definitely good sportsmanship from the two of them.
Did we get a yellow? Because Walker finally straightened it out. Walker said he lost sight of Dustin. So I think Walker may have got a lucky yellow there, but I think it was the right call because there was wall contact. There's wall contact. I don't know.
I think it's 2 cars involved, maybe wall contact as well.
One of them racing deals. I think we have to write that off.
Yeah.
I don't
Definitely
think
no ill intent.
No, I don't think so. But let's see where they pitted. Did anybody use this to take advantage of the pit stops?
There were plenty of pits. First car right now that pitted is Dustin Rhinestone. He's sitting there and
he's what, 6th now?
Yeah. Michael Smia also taking the pit, time to pit, and 8:33. So it looks like just a fuel stop for Dustin and John, and maybe a little bit of one side for Smia. The front 5 did not pit this time by, so they got Ty Williams out front, Ant Caster in 2nd, Jason Huffman 3rd, Russell Martin in 4th, and James Olafson in 5th. And James right now, based on the standings, if the race had ended right this minute, would be the biggest mover, 14 places up.
Nice. But we're just past the halfway mark, or about to hit the halfway mark.
Lap 99 right now.
John Daniels decides to come in and start in the back, but take tires, I guess, or do his thing as we cycle around.
Ty Williams taking the bottom as the lights are off on the pace car. I think Justin got some damage at some point in time based on his pit time being 30 seconds.
Wow.
That early strategy is not helping him out here. Still plenty of racing to do, though. We'll see what happens.
Yes, sir, especially if he used his fast repair already. I'm not sure. Or maybe use your, if it's 20 seconds worth of repairs, go ahead and get them now and not use your fast repair.
As
They're
the
under yellow.
interesting thing that happened on Friday for me was I definitely had damage at some point in time, but it wasn't enough to apparently need fixing. Wouldn't let me repair manually, and so I waited till my last pit stop to actually use the fast repair. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, I was able to still drive it perfectly fine, so it definitely wasn't anything affecting the drivability.
All right, we're going to go green again. Ty Williams on the inside. It's a control car. As he takes off in the restart zone, Jason Huffman and Casser for second.
Halfway home, folks, as we pass 100 laps completed on lap 101. Ancaster going past Jason Huffman there for second place. Leifson is following there in fourth place after he gets past Russell Martin.
Remember, Dustin Reinstedel was the first one to get new tires, so we'll ride with him a little bit and see if he comes to the field. Everybody behind him also got tires, I believe, or at least came into pit.
Look at that number 9 car go. He's making a charge right now. Had a good run on Antcaster and had to slow up just a little bit based on entry. Found himself up to third.
And he's got heat now from behind.
Yeah, Huffman wants that position back.
You're right. Olavison's coming up with some speed. Thought he was going to get Castor there for a second. Olavison in the number 9 red and white car. Looking on the outside of Antcaster in the 8.
In fact, just put his fastest time of the session down that last time around.
James Olavison coming with some heat.
Yeah, and he's making that pass on Antcaster right now. Fastest of the three of them.
Working the outside. Can he make it complete?
I tell you, out of the top 5 or 6 cars right now, Russell Martin just put down the fastest time with Dustin Reinstedel, Trevor McLaughlin put that down, and Dustin Reinstedel 29.8. Those two the fastest at the top 6 there. And the two of those just put down their fastest of the session here at 29.76 and 29.75. So they're cooking right now.
Yeah, look at that. James Olavison, speaking of cooking. James Olavison's working Ty Williams around the outside for the lead of the race. The number 9 car, James Olavison, takes over the lead on his own.
Did you happen to see the Air Force bring in any jet fuel down to pit lane?
Yeah, really. Whatever they gave James Olavison, do it again. Ty Williams coming back on the exit of turn 2, though.
I think he touched that apron just enough to set him back. But that outside line can definitely be strong to keep your second.
And Castor now is showing some speed off of 4 to the double dog leg. Oh, Ty Williams slides up in front of James. On entry, startled me and James Olavison a little bit. Now, Olavison in the 9 car's got pressure from Antcaster on the inside. As Dustin Reinstedel's made it up to this group. On older tires, Olavison takes a narrow entry into turn 4, and that's a slide up. Reinstedel goes 3 wide, Huffman into the wall in the 4 car. On the outside, but it's Eric Taylor on the inside. Where they go? Oh, Lawson blinked. What happened? Oh no,
Oh,
he's gone.
he just showed up on the inside wall here, all banged up.
He wrecked. Yeah, that looks like a glitch or a. Dang, I hate that for James Olavison. Yeah, he had a blink or a glitch ready to reset, something up with his PC. I don't know.
I don't know, but it feels like that commentator curse right there.
Yeah, we were talking so good about him. He was killing it. Oh, he's going to be gutted. He deserves a great run. James Olavison's been racing with Midwest Motorsports for a long time.
Absolutely. He's he keeps putting in that work, and here he is. He's got a good run, and I don't know what happened, if he blinked on his own and just found his way into the inside wall with all that damage after hitting the wall. But
I think it was a CPU crash, or maybe his dog stepped on the power strip that had his modem on it or something. I'm not sure, but James Olavison, is he still in the world?
he apparently manually disconnected from the server, so.
Man.
Ugh. It's definitely a gutted feeling right there.
Well, I hope he goes home with the good feelings knowing that he was leading the race at one point. I think it's been a while since he has. But we got a race here still going on. The leader is the 81, Ty Williams, 11, Dustin Reinstedel, right behind. But behind him, we got Ant Castor and Eric Thaler.
The top 9 drivers are within 30 or 0.3 of a second of each other right now.
I believe it. We're seeing it. This is Midwest Motorsports. iRacing at its best. Trying to get as many cars as I can on the screen. You see him going single file in that top group. Dustin Reinstedel's working the outside. Eric Thaler right behind him. Trey Perdue and Ant Castor going for 5th, and then Aaron Oldroyd's in this as well. Don't count him out. Eric Thaler inside Dustin Reinstedel for 2nd. What a move. Move 15 up a spot. The P2.
And Trey Perdue making a move for 5th there on Ant Castor.
Yep, all the way down that blue line. And he got it. Moved Trey Perdue up to 3rd.
Got some moving around. We just talked about Holroyd, and here he is making that move on Perdue now.
Can he make it stick? Going into turn 1. It's a double dog leg. And turn 1, Trey Perdue holds the 2nd line. Aaron Holroyd has to stay down low. Trey Perdue did a good job blocking him there. Blocking Holroyd from keeping the momentum up. Let's see if Eric Thaler can catch up. Ty Williams as they're going for the lead. Yeah. Eric Thaler.
He's got it. I don't know how he's doing it, but you make that inside line work, you do you, man. That's why he's the boss.
That's right. Remember, Ty Williams has been out for 10 laps. Is that 10 extra laps on the tires? Showing now, but Ty Williams reclaims the lead, cannot slide up in front of the 15, and 15 and 81 side by side. Dustin Reinstedel and Ant Castor ready to pick up whatever scraps are left.
Perdue and Castor still fighting back there for 3rd place, or for 4th place, rather. There's this 2-wide battle for 1st continues, and you're right, Dustin Reinstedel just biding his time, watching these two wear their tires down no matter when they pitted. He's going to come and take advantage of that soon.
Like a predator stalking its prey. Dustin Reinstedel in 11. Now he's got Trey Purdue to fight with on the inside. Here we are riding with Dustin Reinstuttle, looking up at Eric Thaler and Ty Williams. Speaking of Dustin Reinstuttle, he's got somebody riding with him today. His uncle, Terry Casey. On the car with him today, he's got a Cancer Sucks paint job in memory of his mom. But Terry Casey is Dustin's uncle. He was in the Navy. He was a machinist and a big-time Dale Earnhardt Sr. fan. So we know he has good taste in racing, at least.
Oh, yeah.
Dustin Reinstuttle's got some help with him tonight. Uncle Terry Casey. U.S. Navy, thank you for your service. Ty Williams and Eric Thaler are still going at it for the lead. Ant Castor and Trey Purdue for fourth. That battle continues. Now Jason Huffman in the number 4 car wants some of the action as well.
Nope.
And don't look now, but Trevor McLaughlin stalking behind.
Yep, behind him, we've got McNulty and Aaron Holroyd battling it out. Battling out for 8th place.
12 and 73. Do like Aaron's, I think he said it ends up being a glitter, but it's like a matte chrome look from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Red, white, and blue.
Got the, was it that steel walk path there, and the grip on the numbers.
That's right. Diamond plate.
Yeah, that's it. Diamond plate.
He's got Jackson Hall on the outside. Don't forget Jackson Hall.
Yeah,
we saw him spinning earlier. He's made a good recovery.
Absolutely. And it looks like the window is open again. The 4 and the 81 have come on in. That's not giving Eric Thaler really that much time to breathe, because right behind him is that number 11 machine of Dustin Reinstuttle.
And remember, Eric came in and Dustin came in 10 laps after the 81, so that might explain why I needed to come in a little bit earlier. So they're about 35 to 40 laps on the tank.
That they are. It's going to probably be a while before we see the rest of them pit, as pretty much the rest of the guys still out there on the lead lap, pitted at lap 97, 98, 99. And 3 of the lap cars right now, they also pitted around lap 97. Justin Thaler leading that group.
Eric Thaler, the godfather of Midwest Motorsports, leading the race on the same strategy with 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I believe everybody came in at 97.
Yep.
Aaron Olroy came in at 97, and he's finally coming in.
Let's see if
That's
this
right,
is
40 laps, right?
Yeah. 30-ish laps. 97, we're at 127 now.
Yep. That's right, 30.
And last time he
it out to the end.
Tires.
If they're going, Dustin Reinstall in the 11 comes in. So if they're going 30 laps on a tank, we split that. What's remaining? We got 70 laps left. If you can make it to 135, you can do it one more stop. I think those guys that are stopping now might be cutting it close or counting on some pacing laps to get to 200. Gonna be close, but that's why we run the race.
That's true. Absolutely. It looks like Ty put on a set of 2 tires during his pit stop. Dustin going for 4 with a 15.3. Jason Huffman has 9.1, so probably about 1 set of 2 tires. Aaron Holroyd came in for another set of 4. And his last pit stop had been a set of 4. So Trevor McLaughlin in 4th place right now. His last pit stop was probably fuel only based on the time, about 5.6. He pitted lap 97 with the rest of the crew. You can reasonably get about 50 or so laps on the tires, depending on how hard you drive them.
Jackson Hall now looking on the inside of Trey Purdue and gets it. That's for P2. This is all happening behind Eric Thaler. We're working lap 131 of 200. And if you're interested in joining Midwest Motorsports, you can always go to midwest-motorsports.com. I'm going to play a little promo for you. We'll take about a 60-second break on the broadcast while I get some water and listen up on how to join midwest-motorsports.com.
Are you tired of milquetoast lawless racing and ready for a real league? Then you need Midwest Motorsports. Our iRacing Cup, Truck, and Road Series are unrivaled and make grown men cry. Featuring active race control and an active Discord server. Say goodbye to cheese wagon free-for-alls and hello to the best league racing you'll find anywhere. Want more? Who doesn't? Catch our weekly podcast, complete with member interviews, race reviews, standing updates, and rig tips and tricks. Live race broadcasts with announcer commentary.
And Ty Williams in the 81 in the red car. Jason Huffman gets in between them.
Fridays, Truck Series. Sundays, Cup Series. Tuesdays, Road Series. Visit midwest-motorsports.com to sign up for free and see if you have what it takes to not finish last. Our next season starts soon. Scan the QR code to sign up now, unless you like being taken out in Turn 1 by noobs.
Nobody likes being taken out in Turn 1 by noobs.
Not at all.
That's why we join a league. Midwest-motorsports.com is the place to be. You can check out which league you want to race. Truck Series on Friday, Cup Series on Sundays, Road Series on Tuesdays. We'd love to have you. Entries are free. Signups are always open. Join us anytime. Our leaders have finally come in as we're back to Charlotte for our Patriotic race. We're going through green flag pit cycles. Brandon Thayer, his last stop was lap 97, and he's still going strong at lap 135. So maybe Brandon's pulling a little strategy here, making the fuel and tires go as long as he can. We'll see if that plays out. These are the guys that have pitted at 124. As John Daniels comes in, I expect to see Brandon Thayer any lap, which will cycle Anthony Castor up to the lead.
Still pretty tight there with Ty Williams right behind him. And it looks like Brandon Thayer is going to be coming in here. Number 64 machine. I'm sitting with John Daniels coming out of pit road there. He set the fastest time of the day at 29.65 earlier in the race. You got a little bit of action there up front with there before they eventually came into pit road. And like you said, Anthony Castor back up front. Now it's Dustin Reinstedel up into second place.
Just put a move on Ty Williams. Dustin Reinsettle came in at 127. The other guys came in at 123 and 24. So 70 laps left, 35 and 35 is 70. So Dustin's going to have to do some fuel savings. Ty's going to have to do about 5 laps worth of fuel save.
And Eric Thaler came in at 133 for a 4 tire stop.
I think he's good to go for one more stop right at 35 with 35 laps remaining. So he might be able to hammer it down and not have to fuel save. But he's definitely getting some pressure from behind. Walker McNulty and Jackson Hall are right there.
Yep,
as well as Trevor McLaughlin. Yep.
They're about 8, almost 9 seconds behind Anthony Castor right now for the first place. So,
man. And what, Eric stayed out, 7 laps? Eric Taylor's stop was at 133, and those guys came in at 120. That's almost 10 laps. So for Castor, in those 10 laps, he stretched out that 8-second gap. Let's see if Eric Taylor can reel those 8 seconds back in on the back end of his last pit stop and 2 tire runs. Pretty much how the math works out, right? Michael, you thinking about that stuff during the race, or are you just trying to turn laps and not lose time, or what? Try to stay off the wall and stay out of the guy next to you? Or are you really doing that kind of math as far as who came in when and how do I need to adjust? Are you doing that on the fly? Do you have a crew chief to help you?
I mean, as far as that goes, I don't really have all that going for me. I just kind of figure out where I'm at, where I'm pitting, and keeping it off the wall, making sure I'm keeping it off all the other drivers, and hope and pray that I can at least get some good finish or get a good run on somebody. But there's always that bit in the back of my mind going, these guys pitted around with me. Did they take 4? Did they take 2? And what are they doing with fuel saving? I know Friday night it was very different, where the strategy I played versus a lot of other drivers, it was just passing guys. Normally I don't pass, as they were trying to fuel save, and I'm sitting there going, you know what? The strategy might be working for me.
I've seen you make plenty of good passes, Michael. I've called them. I've watched the 40 truck go for quite a while, man. It's always been good. You've always been very fair and respectful, and I'm sure everybody appreciates that. But yeah, of course, everybody wants to do better, but we're all doing the best we can and having fun. That's the most important part, and I think that's one of the best parts about Midwest Motorsports, is that for the most part, everybody realizes that we're here to enjoy the hobby that we like and have fun while we're at it. And it's no fun when anybody gets taken out, whether intentionally or not intentionally. So I think we're all here for the same purpose.
Oh yeah. And one of those things too is we're all here to actually race and not spend the entire race behind the pace car. So,
which has happened before, not the entire race, but we had a lot more pacing laps than we wanted to in some races. But I think that's part of it as well, learning curve.
Oh yeah, especially when they change up the different things on the tracks or the vehicles themselves.
Right. Some of that's in our control. Some of it might not be in our control.
As we talk now, that gap between Ant Castor and Dustin Reinstall has cut in half, as the 11's finding some time to put some speed on.
Tires are coming in. He has caught him.
Ooh, something different coming on here. See what's going on, but I got it on authority here, and number 81's coming back in, and Huffman's joining him.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Check that out. If they can't make it to the end, they need. Or can they go from here? Can they do 50 laps on a tank, 55 laps on a tank?
It'll be dicey. Were they coming on in just to get those fresh fours? And they think that that's going to be good? Come on in here with, 64, 65 to go and try to make it on this set of tires. Can't tell if this is their last set or not. But they got 4 freshers.
Wow. Yep, they're counting on a 50-lap gas tank. Or maybe a splash at the end, but holy smokes.
We'll see how that works. That cost quite a few guys on Friday.
Yes, it did. Especially because we went green all the way. I mean, that put Ty Williams down a lap all the way back to 17th place out of 20.
Yeah, 24 guys.
As Dustin Reinstale has caught Ant Castor now. Can't tell if he's still making ground on him, but
It's down to 0.2 of a second.
Reinstale on the inside. Ant Castor on the outside. This is for the lead.
And both these guys got 4 tires during their last pit stop at 124 and 127 respectively. So they at least got one last set of tires to go, whether they choose to do 2s or if they go all 4 for the last sprint.
We have a new leader. The 11 car has completed the pass on Ant Castor. And let's see if he backs it down just a little bit to save or drives hard out front. We know Ty Williams is on a tear. He's back there with Justin Thaler in 15th and 16th, 1 lap down.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what Ant does now. There's a 6-second gap between him and Aaron Holroyd there for 3rd place. So these two not at big risk of falling too far back in the pack if they choose to fuel save now. But Aaron Holroyd's got Trevor McLaughlin within a half second of him for that 3rd place.
That's right.
McLaughlin is 6 seconds, or not 6 seconds, 6 laps on fresher tires.
Right behind him, Eric Taylor and Walker McNulty are side by side. As Trevor McLaughlin goes inside Aaron Holroyd, Walker McNulty got some help from behind in the 56. And Jackson Hall. Walker McNulty now on the inside of Aaron Holroyd. 2 cars down low, 2 cars wide, 2 cars deep. Move Walker McNulty up a spot.
He's now up in 4th place there, and Jackson Hall looking to join him in 5th place. Go around Aaron Holroyd. And Eric Thaler going to come join the Congo line too.
Walker McNulty here in the 12 car. I think it's going to be his grandfather, Earl McNulty, who's in the U.S. Air Force. He was discharged after being declared deaf and unfit to fly, so he was never deployed. But we thank you for your service, Earl McNulty. We know that Walker McNulty's his cousin owns a CarQuest in Concord, so that's why he's flying the Concord red, white, and blue tonight at Concord. A little local touch there. That's pretty cool.
And Dustin Reinstedel has put himself into the pit now.
All right, Dustin Reinstedt will go on 155.
We got 45 laps to go on lap 156.
Wow. Ant Caster going for a splash and dash at the end. Staying out as long as he can. But yeah, you're right. That puts... Oh, nope. Here comes Ant Caster right now. That's going to take him out of the lead. As we're now 45 laps to go.
And the Ghost Machine out in front with McNulty right there in second.
The Congo line right behind. Yep. This is the Congo line. They have cycled up to the front. Trevor McLaughlin, Walker McNulty, Jackson Hall, and Eric Thaler. 1, 2, 3, 4. In your shot, coming up on a lapper. Trevor McLaughlin.
Look at that. Dustin Reinstedel and Ant Caster both went for two tires and fuel.
Ant Caster working his way around. Now they're a lap down. That's Dustin Reinstedel up ahead of the leaders here. Threatening to go a lap down. If the yellow were to come out now, Ant Caster would be trapped.
That's a risk some of these drivers are putting down here, but we got Aaron Holroyd at 126 was this last lap pitted. The driver in the lead lap with the most recent pit stop is Dustin Reinstedel, of course, but he's getting closed in on if he's not too careful.
Right. Well, you can imagine the look on his face if he were to go a lap down.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure Ant Caster is kicking himself. When do we expect to see this group cycle in? Aaron Holroyd and John Bates come in to the pits.
Yeah, that's a good question. They're at
132.
126, 132. Right now, Trevor McLaughlin at 132. Walker McNulty, Jackson Hall, or Eric Thaler at 133. John Daniels at 135. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Michael Samia may be the first one in. Not sure. It depends on fuel saving. 131. He's, of course, 8 seconds behind this group of 4 drivers.
So Dustin Reinstedel and Ant Caster, they took about 8 or 9 seconds worth of fuel as a splash and go. And they were almost a lap down now. But they were ahead of this fight by about 6 or 7 seconds, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So if these guys wait and they'll only need 4 seconds of fuel, will they cycle out in front of what then would be the leader? I don't know. We're going to have to see how it plays out. We got 38 laps to go.
It's going to be interesting. Real interesting, that's for sure. Like I said, depends on their strategy too, and tires as well. They may try that splash and dash and hope their tires can last long enough. But they'll be banking on these tires being able to handle more than 60 plus laps of racing by the time all said and done.
Yeah, well, since Ant and Dustin didn't get tires this time, then if those guys don't get tires, they still will be even on tires.
Could
Maybe.
be.
We'll have to ask them after the race how it played out. We're interviewing the top 3 now for the Oval Series, so hopefully you'll stick around, Michael, if you got the time to help me interview the top 3 finishers as we come around.
I'll be here for that.
Oh. Walker McNulty on the inside of Trevor McLaughlin for the lead. As Eric Thaler closes in on under entry to turn 1. They all come around. They're not catching Dustin. Dustin Reinstedel is pulled away. But you know Dustin Reinstedel has the pace. Sorry about that, Michael. Go ahead.
He's got about a second faster that time by. Or he was gained on the gap about a second, so. But yeah, you're not wrong about that. I just went and reviewed Dustin's pit stop there, and yep, splash and dash. No tires off the ground, so they'll have potentially old. Yeah, they'll definitely have older tires. coming
Yeah,
through
so they
this.
should be level on tires when they come out after the splash, but we'll see how it cycles out with Dustin making up this lap time right now. You know, he's got the faster car on the track. See if Eric Thaler can get around Walker McNulty here and start making some time up. And then you could still be saving tire now by running a higher line or doing whatever magic mojo. Some drivers seem to have a great, amazing way of just saving tires naturally, whether that's the arc of the corners or their initial steering input or who knows what. But some guys are better at it than others. And we'll see if there's any. Who's got the tires at the end will be obvious too.
Sorry. But yeah, we got McLaughlin and Samia in. See if they can get that splash and dash done. Reinstall is closing fast on them.
McNulty's on his way in. And Eric Thaler. They both come in. So we'll see where they come out.
McLaughlin got tires.
He did. He took 2, huh? All right. That may pay off.
Samia also taking tires.
Okay.
Oh, that's unfortunate. McNulty just pitted a little bit too far.
They had to back up.
So your top dog right now, John Daniels. Right in that lead in the number 82 Chevy Air Force machine. He pitted on lap 135. With Dustin Ryan still sitting in second place, 17 seconds back. Ty Williams at 20 seconds back.
Don't forget.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. We just see up on the screen here that just want to remind you one more time about our 3 different Midwest Motorsports leagues. Friday night is our truck series. We start at 9:30 for practice. Tuesday is our road series, starting at 7 p.m. Current season is GT4s. Will start at the end of July. We'll have some recruitment races coming up on Tuesday nights. And Sunday is our Cup series that you're watching now, starting at 7 p.m. Practice open lobby starts at 7. Midwest-motorsports.com. And of course, our broadcast on Rivenvale, twitch.tv/Rivenvale. On the screen, pick your series, go to Midwest-motorsports.com. Look over the rules, decide which one you like the best. Come join us. We'd love to have you. Entries are always free. We're always accepting new clients, new members. Come join us. Pick a league, any league, or multiple leagues. We have some guys that race in all 3. So even after that bad pit stop, Walker McNulty worked his way around. Oh, he was unlapping himself from Ant Caster there. The Anthony Caster is currently 4th. Ready to go?
Yep. Dustin's got about a 2-second lead over Ty Williams right now, 1.98.
There he is. And the 4 car, not too far behind, another, 3 seconds back? 2.9 for Jason Huffman. Oh, that's a bad stop for Walker McNulty. I hate that for him. But no, he's still up here in the fight. Ant Caster comes in for his splash. As well as Brandon Thayer.
Speaking of Walker McNulty right now, was coming up on Aaron Holroyd and got the number 27 machine right on the outside with him and held them up. Let's charge him back to see if he can get up to 4th place.
Oh, you're right. Is that John Bates? 27, yep. Oh, just wrong place, wrong time. Bates did the right thing. He went up high. That's what you're supposed to do when you're getting lapped. Hold your line. Stay out of the way. Walker just chose wrong. I don't think the 27 did anything wrong there. All red.
Oh.
But Walker McNulty's caught back up to Aaron, though. Didn't take long.
Running too wide. Going into turn 2.
We're catching back up. Walker McNulty is there.
While this is going on, Jason Huffman in the pits.
Oh, too bad. I thought he was good to go.
I thought so too. Is this a splash and dash or a 2-tire stop? 2-tire stop it is.
Walker McNulty, it's cleared Aaron Holroyd. Made the pass complete. So move Walker McNulty up to third. He can go all the way. He's definitely sitting pretty. Dustin and Tyre in. They need a splash.
Yeah, I think we're seeing what we saw on Friday. We're taking a little bit of a splash early on and then hit it just about the edge of the pit window, fuel window.
Roger.
That splash.
A lot less fuel than I thought. Thought they would be good to go with just one. But if they're only going 25 laps on a tank. Ty Williams gets out ahead of Dustin Reinstedel. Dustin Reinstedel took tires.
Holroyd does the same.
Okay. Wow. That puts Walker McNulty out in the front. Can he make it all the way? His last stop is 167. He's going to have to go, 33 laps on a set, on a tank.
Which is doable. He's got himself a 2.3 second lead, so he's got some wiggle room if he needs to do some saving. I tell you, who's not going to be able to do that right now is Trevor McLaughlin, as he's got Eric Thaler all over him right now.
Uh-oh. It's the battle for second and third. I can read Trevor McLaughlin's mind. Here it comes.
Nope. I'm just gonna put my foot on the floor and I'm not lifting till I see God or a checkered flag.
He's just gonna keep the hammer down. That's Trevor's plan. Eric Thaler holds him off, though. Nice work by the 15 car.
That's for P2.
Yeah, I gotta admit that 15 looks good with the chrome work that Aaron did. Working on the textures and the reflection, getting the chrome look just right. If I can zoom in just a little bit. Ty Williams coming up behind Trevor McLaughlin now. Trying to unlap himself, I think.
Just set a personal best last time by 29.739. He's definitely gunning for unlapping himself.
19 laps to make it back around.
He's got another.
Good.
Yeah, he's got another 3 seconds to go at this point, though, to catch up to Walker.
That's right. Man, crazy strategies. I love it. You got to know what you got. Know what to expect. Walker McNulty working his way up to the front. He's done it on speed and strategy. He's been there or thereabouts all day, all night.
Well, as we stand right now, biggest movers of the race currently, Jackson Hall sitting there in fourth place right now, 13 places up from where he started. John Daniels right behind him in fifth place, 10 spots up in that number 82 Chevrolet. And John's best lap still holds the best lap of the night.
It's awesome. While we're here, I want to talk about John Daniels. His father, John Daniels, was a senior airman in the Air Force at Moody Air Force Base from 81 to 83. Expert marksman, small arms, rifle and pistol. Received Air Force Achievement Medal. And he has a fresh paint scheme tonight for the Air Force to honor his dad and his service in the Air Force. Charles Daniels, your son's doing pretty good tonight. We thank you for your service, Charles. Yeah, and regarding Jackson Hall, remember he had a spin earlier. Got involved in some fisticuffs, I should say. But he made it back around, and he's running great. Good on you, Jackson. With 14 laps to go, can Walker McNulty hold the lead?
He might be fuel saving right now. Eric Thaler at 2.6 seconds behind.
McLaughlin hot on his tail.
Those lap times aren't showing it though. We got a 30.3 for Walker and 30.6 for Eric Thaler.
Wow. Dustin Reinstedel working his way through some traffic, but he's trapped a lap down. Actually, that's Michael Samia. Right in front, I believe. Oh, Michael Samia is running by himself.
Yeah, Trevor McLaughlin is the one who's ahead.
Got 10 laps to go now. 10 laps to unlap himself and work his way around. I think he calculated wrong. Dustin Reinstedel was faster. I know you mentioned he took tires last stop, but it might be too little too late. Just not enough time to work his magic. Trevor McLaughlin lets him go. Trevor McLaughlin's currently third place. Eric Thaler's next on Dustin's list. Dustin's really fast right now, but he's got his work cut out for him. Getting around Eric Thaler. I don't think Eric's going to put up too much of a fight, but knowing that Eric Thaler's got the upper hand on him, just let him go.
You got a 30.1. Dustin's trying his hardest for sure. He's about going half a second faster than Walker, but like we said, Walker's probably doing a little bit of fuel saving at this point.
Yeah, he's got the window down and put the car in cruise control. His arm hanging out the window with a big gap.
Oh yeah, 3 seconds now. Trevor's back to 4.6 seconds back of the leader.
The main of the hour right now, if he can do 8 more laps, is Walker McNulty making that 12 car crest stars and stripes look good. Pretty smooth. Tell me about his pit stop. You were watching it, Michael. Is it He just overshot his pit and had to back up.
Yeah, he just barely overshot it, just had to come back a little bit. Still technically within the area of the box, but the nose was just a smidge over the line. But that doesn't seem to have hurt him that bad at this point.
Got away with one there. He always pushes the limits to the max. I'm not surprised. He was pushing it on that entry, waiting the very last minute to slam on the brakes and stop in the box.
I think the toughest part for everybody else was that Eric Thaler and Trevor McLaughlin both had a 15-second pit stop to Walker's 11-second pit stop.
Nice.
So that right there's your spread between
5
the leader
seconds.
and
That's right.
those top two podium finishers there.
Justin Taylor, John Daniels, Brandon Thayer here. John Daniels is on his own lap. The position fight is between Brandon Thayer and Justin Taylor. They unlap themselves from John Daniels, but John Daniels holding down a strong 5th. Can Justin get around Brandon? Justin Taylor spent most of the day a lap down. Now he just slams the wall. It's probably not going to help his fight. Oh, as John Daniels slides out right in front of him. Cuts his nose off. Justin wants to get back to him. But we're inside of 5 laps now for Walker McNulty. Making it look easy.
Yeah, Dustin's still hot on his nose here to try to unlap himself. He's running about 0.3 of a second faster than McNulty.
Yeah, Walker can let him go and said, come see me at Victory Lane, I'll throw you a hat. I ain't worried about you. Golf car's got 2 to go.
There it is. You gotta wonder too, is this reminiscent a little bit about this past weekend? Earlier today, Ryan Blaney bringing his number 12 Penske Victory Lane with Denny Hamlin behind him.
That's right.
Number 11. And here we go. Dustin is currently unlapping himself here in his own number 11 Toyota machine.
Too little, too late.
Oh, yes.
It's all about Walker McNulty.
The white flag's down, and whatever happens now, this race is pretty much done. Unless McNulty decides he's going to take one into the wall.
Bring it home. Charlotte 200 Midwest Motorsports winner is Walker McNulty in the 12 car. Congratulations to you, Walker McNulty. 200 laps. You did it. Congratulations. Second place goes to Eric Thaler in the 15 car, the godfather of Midwest Motorsports. Had a birthday Friday and has a great race. And Trevor McLaughlin brings it home third. Canada's own Trevor McLaughlin in the Ghost red, white, and blue paint tonight. Brings it home third. But tonight, it's all about Walker McNulty. Go ahead, Michael.
The sole Canadian on the field brings it home on podium finish here. Jackson Hall finishing in 4th place with that number 56 Chevrolet. The biggest mover of the night with 13 positions gained as we watch this burnout here on the front stretch by McNulty. John Daniels bringing it home in 5th place in the number 82 Chevrolet featuring the U.S. Air Force. Following that up in 6th, we got Michael Samia in the number 1 Chevrolet. Ty Williams brings it home in 7th place in the number 81. And Ryan Stedel in 8th place. Sorry about that. In the number 11 machine. Those are the end of the lead lap cars. First car lap down in the number 9th spot is Jason Huffman. Anthony Castor in 9th place, or in 10th place. rounds out your top 10. Justin Taylor just finishing outside in 11th.
Amazing racing. We're going to get some guys in here to talk to on our broadcast. So give us a couple more seconds while we pull up first, second, and third. But right now, I am hearing that our man, Trevor McLaughlin, in third place, has joined us. Give me 1 second, Trevor. I'll take you off of mute. Hey, Trevor, it's James and Michael Harris in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, Trevor, man, what a great race. First of all, thanks for bringing out the red, white, and blue ghost car tonight. But tell us how Charlotte went on your side, man. Congrats on a great podium run.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited. This is my first post-race interview with you.
All right. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, it was a good race. I think I didn't have quite as much fuel as the 15 and the 12, so I had to ease off a little bit, or else maybe I could have won, but I'm really happy with third place.
Yeah. Michael, you got any questions for Trevor?
None coming at the moment, but it was just great seeing everybody be so competitive during this race. You guys did a great job. I don't know what happened in the final pit stop there, like you said about the fuel, but it seemed that played out everything, fuel strategy and the rest of your strategy. How did you come up with yours, Trevor?
I was just kind of copying Dustin, so I'm not sure how he ended up being short and I wasn't, because I was kind of following him the whole time. So I'm glad I did something right.
Yeah, I'd say you did it right. Was there any, I mean, it looks like everybody really kept it clean tonight. Do you remember battling anybody specific? Maybe somebody that gave you the a hard time, harder than others, or anything specific that stuck out in your mind?
Yeah, the 23 was aggressive as always. The 54, the new guy, I was pretty impressed by him that he was actually giving people a lot of room. So respect to him for that. And yeah, I just want to say congrats to Walker for winning. It's really impressive to come in here your first year and win 2 races already. So good job to him.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Well, good job to you too, sir. You did great. It's great fun having you in the league. You definitely belong, and we're glad you did had such a great race tonight, man. Your hard work has paid off tonight, and strategy or not, you won it. You had to drive the car, so congrats on a great race to you, Walker. I'm sorry, Trevor.
All right, thanks. Hopefully I'm back here next week.
All right, look forward to it. Sorry about that, Eric. We got you in here at second place, man. Congrats on a great run. I know I kind of caught you off guard a little bit there, but thanks for joining us up in the booth. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to be here.
Yeah, I'd say, man, after a good run Friday in the trucks, and then now even better run in the Cup tonight. What did you see out there tonight?
It definitely was a strategy race. There was you could that last caution there kind of threw a wrench in the game. You could either try to do it on strategy or take a extra pit stop like you saw most of them do, and I just elected to save a little fuel and make it on 2 more stops rather than 3 there at the end, and it kind of paid off for me. So lucky for that, it didn't do too well in the trucks, but tonight the Cup Series it did pay off.
Seems like it would be really hard to. I mean, you were very disciplined out there. I saw you pacing yourself. Sometimes you were in the front, and then you kind of just ran the high line, let some guys go that may have been getting a little closer than you wanted. So you're being conservative early in the race, paid off later in the race, and you didn't have to really fight anybody. Those after that last stop, once you know you can make it all the way, it's pretty much hammer down for you. Didn't have to save tires, just run your race, right?
Yep, absolutely. It was a lot of patience, a lot of backing up your corner entries, and uh, you know, I was congratulations to Walker because I felt like we were on the same strategy there, and I was saving maybe a little bit too much there at the end, but congrats to him to save just as much and stretch his legs a little bit out in front of me and nab the win, but I was out there trying to get it done, but fortunately wound up with a second place finish, and I'm definitely pleased with that. So
Yeah, you should be. Great racing, Eric. Once again, congrats on another great podium in the Cup Series. We'll look for you next week, man.
awesome, thanks, man.
All right, that's Eric Thaler, the godfather of Midwest Motorsports, who got great, strong second place tonight. We got one more left. Your winner, Walker McNulty, is coming up. Eric, I'm assuming you're going to move yourself up. Okay, good. Walker McNulty, congrats on a great win. You did it, man.
Yeah, I'm here talking to you for a third time. It's really nice. I didn't expect one, but to have 2 wins on the season is pretty incredible.
Well, you earned it, man. Go ahead, Michael.
And I say, iRacing Zone, Mr. Damage here. How much weight did you lose during that last pit stop when you had to back up there?
So, funny story. Missed the pit box. So I slammed it in reverse and got it in there. And then while they were changing right sides, I unchecked lefts to make up for it. So I only took 2 in the last pit stop so that I could hold on to the gap that I had to Eric. Else I probably would have fell back behind him again. So,
Wow.
I'm happy that I did a little bit of quick thinking there. I crossed the stripe with half a lap of fuel, so I don't know exactly how much I would have been able to push to be able to get back by him if he was like a second or so up the road. But yeah, I'm really happy.
That's really quick thinking. You have a button box, or do you have to reach over and grab your mouse and check checks, or what? How does that work?
Oh, I reached up, grabbed the mouse, was frantically trying to make sure I clicked the right tires, and didn't double click them, But yeah, it was that was a little bit of a tense moment.
Nice work. Well, we definitely like it. And the Car Quest, your Concord Car Quest store owner representing tonight. You could show them the stream and say that you put them in victory lane tonight.
Yeah, that's pretty special too. This is a home race for me. Technically, this track's like 15 minutes from my house, and he owns the Car Quest here in Concord, one of the only Car Quests still standing. So I figured I'd run the red, white, and blue Car Quest car for him here, and it just worked out. I'm really stoked.
And also to have Earl McNulty on the car riding with you tonight, helping you, give you a little extra boost from the Air Force. Thank him for his service. I'm guessing that's Randy's dad?
Yes, it is.
So your grandfather. So he probably cracked the whip on you a little bit, gave you something to look forward to or something to look up to, and instill a little discipline in you.
Yeah, it definitely helped with the patience race tonight. That's all this race was patience.
Did you have that strategy going in? Counting down from the end, or?
So going into the race, I was on don't save and just full push. But then that caution at lap 100 kind of threw a spanner in it, and at that point, I figured I'd pit and then just reset from lap 0 and try to just squeeze out the 2 stops instead of 3, and it ended up working out good.
Yeah, it's perfect. All right, man. Well, congrats. I'm sure this is going to help you in the points. Once again, I know it's early to be talking about points, but they always matter. They always count. And you racked them up again tonight, man. We can take the hats to victory lane. Hope you're having a good time. Thanks for joining the league, Walker. It's a great pleasure to have you, man. And glad to see you winning so much, man. Congrats on a great win.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Michael. Thanks to all the broadcast team and all the Midwest Motorsports team once again. I really appreciate you guys putting this on. It's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. I agree with you, Walker. Thanks again, man. Congrats. You did it. Well, that's it. You got anything else, Michael, before we let you go and sign off?
Well, again, congratulations to Walker McNulty on that win there. It pops him up to 5th place in the points. Speaking of which, Justin Taylor holding on with his 2 wins this year, 4 points above Ty Williams. It's been one interesting season here for the Cup guys. And just thank you again for letting me join you up here, James, and hanging out in the booth with you. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, Michael. Did a great job tonight. Thanks for helping me out. Maybe we'll do it again more often. We'll have to look at our schedules, but hopefully we can get them going together. And yeah, thanks for joining me tonight. That's it for Midwest Motorsports Charlotte 200 lap race. Congrats to Walker McNulty, Eric Thaler, Trevor McLaughlin, and all the 21 cars that entered and all the 19 cars that finished. We appreciate everybody. And for Josh Watt, who ran the stream, Michael Harris running the broadcast with me, I'm James J. Reminding you to stay in your lane. We'll see you next week.
Take care, everybody.